I think we've done it. Right, I think we're streaming. Are you seeing anything?
Not yet, but don't forget there's a delay.
Okay. Set as public.
I'm just see if I can get to it through the Facebook link.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it's showing that we're live. Yep.
Facebook link.
Mm-hmm.
Working your end?
Yep. I think we're good to go. So I think it's all looking good, mate.
Yeah, it's just not working on my laptop for me to see chat, that's all.
That's a bit of a blow. Well, the start screen is showing stream is healthy.
There we go, we're live.
I know we're live.
I can see it now.
I've just been watching us live.
Yeah, but I didn't fucking realise, did I?
Oh,
There we go. Problem solved.
No amateurs here. Only professional.
No fucking amateurs at all, mate.
Okay.
Why would we be amateurs?
Well, for anyone who's watching the playback recorded version, welcome to the live stream, run by a couple of incompetents.
Speak for yourself.
David and I are Yellow Belly gamers, hence the name Yellow Belly Tabletop. And what are you up to tonight, David?
What I'm doing tonight, I'm just about to sit down, and I'm just about to start
You're just about
painting.
to sit down. Are you standing up then? Because if you are, I'm going to have to move these cameras.
I'm just about to start painting some Punga halflings that are really not exposing well on the camera. Bear with me, guys.
Oh God.
So we'll move this forward a minute.
When you say exposing, they're not doing anything lewd.
They're a bit dark. So I've just moved the camera.
I thought it was maybe like flasher halflings or something.
People a whirl of the boatman. And then we've got a load of little halflings, little cool creative halflings from Punga, 3D printed. And we even somewhere in the box, if I can find it, we have Paul.
Shut up. See what I have to put up with.
I mean, you never usually complain, Chuck. What are you up to tonight, then?
Well, I'm going to plod on with my competition entry for the old painting competition this month.
That's what this is anyway. So
because we've only got a couple of weeks left, don't we? So for those of us who don't know, my old club and David's current active gaming club, based in Hull Beach, Links, have sort of an informal paint competition every month. No real prizes, just
bragging rights.
bragging rights and glory. and this month the theme is underdog.
Hence the
So,
halflings.
yeah, in a fit of utter predictability, and because I own them, I've decided to paint my Kickstarter Dungeons and Doggos,
He is looking good, dude.
or at least a couple of them. Yeah, he's all right at the moment. We've just got a few base colours down and the old Agrax bath.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of work to do, and obviously I want to put at least 2 models in. So
Yeah, every start somewhere. At least you're not being a sadist and doing 16 like me.
well, to be fair, there are 13 models in the set. So
Yeah,
if I
but
get some wind
you
behind me, I might smash out more than 2. But
stiff, stiff breeze.
2 is what I'm committing to, rather than set a goal that's unrealistic. Do you know what I mean?
What, like attack 16 minis and hope for the best?
Well,
I'd never do such a thing. Now. But to be fair though, oh bollocks! I'm dropping paint brushes on the floor. Wonderful.
Well, it could be
Stream is
worse.
going.
It could be paint on the floor.
No,
Brushes at least you can pick up.
That has already happened, so we'll not have that happening again.
Well, you say that.
You just stop
Watch it.
Right? I've lost both brush covers for my number 1 and my number 0, and the only thing is they've been in a box, so they've just fallen off. Hopefully. There's one.
If you ever want any spares, just let me know.
There we go. There's my other one. It just flicked out. There we go. Problem solved. Right, I've got my sables. Now I need paint. And I need to remember what paint I'm using, which is good. Oh, actually, Paul,
Yes.
have you got the stream up in front of you?
I've got currently our OBS screen. Yes. What do you?
Because I don't know if you can see that particularly well.
It's very black, mate. The light's all behind it, not ahead of it.
Hang on. We will move you.
Christ, don't drop it. Whatever you're doing. Oh, wow, bookcase of some kind again.
Yeah, the
Dungeon Saga.
The Mantic League of Infamy bookcases.
Oh,
so that's
right.
That's contrast. 2 coats of wildwood contrast.
So you've just done the frames at the minute.
Yeah, just done the frames. I've got the books to do. So when I'm feeling particularly sadistical and wanting to fill up my brand new wet palette that's arriving for my birthday, we will.
What you getting? The green grass one?
Yeah, the red grass. The red grass, like you, mate.
Jesus, green grass. Listen to me. Can't tell I'm middle-aged, can't you? Watching a bit of Heartbeat in the afternoon.
You'll be having a cup of tea next. That's not too bad. Right.
Out of interest, are those League of Infamy ones the same as the Dungeon Saga?
Yeah,
or are they improved sculpts?
They're better. They're better sculpts. They're a lot. You know how the original League had a bit of sync marking.
The original Dungeon Saga, you mean?
Yeah. I meant Dungeon Saga. You know what I meant.
Yep.
The original Dungeon Saga had a bit of sync marking. That's all gone now. They're a bit thicker as well, so they're less likely to warp. What else with them? They're basically bookshelves like the other set were, so it's like just fucking scatter terrain.
But is it the same actual 3D model, or have they been
resculpted?
Yeah,
I think they've been resculpted.
Oh, okay,
now,
cool.
These halflings.
Yes.
Can you
paint them for you?
No, in your old age, can you remember what the blue was? Was it Prussian, or was it dark?
Oh Christ! I don't remember you actually telling me. To be fair, I mean, dark Prussian is a really dark navy.
It's a black blue, yeah.
It is. It's
Prussian.
Obvious if it is.
Yeah, it's Prussian.
Which is one of the reasons I don't use it so much.
I really need to swap my beverage and water washing cups around because I've got a nasty feeling that I'm going to just automatically go and wash my brush in my drink.
That's fine.
Gonna swap that before we get too far down this road.
It won't kill you.
Oh no, it won't kill me, but at the same time,
and
rather not
drinking paint. The crap you tend to drink, I don't imagine it'll taste much worse.
Don't start. Right.
What have we got tonight? Apricot beer.
No, tonight we have Mangoade.
Oh fucking hell! I had to
cream
ask.
soda, and then I might push the boat out and go for a cherry baby lager.
Oh my Christ! So, welcome to Millennial Painting.
Sorry, it's not fucking stout.
What's wrong with stout?
Everything.
Stout's a man's drink.
So's an IPA.
But it's this man's drink.
Right. I've got painting handles. Let's use painting handles.
Oh, we've got a current viewer. Is that you?
That's me on. That's me on the.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
me on the old. That's me on the old laptop. Did you post in on tabletop like you said you was going to?
Oh no, I forgot. That's a good point. Should
Off
I?
you go.
Oh,
Off you
okay.
go.
Hang on. God. Pressure.
No.
Oh, hang on. How am I going to do that? Right, let's go on here.
Currently painting you anyway, Chuck.
Just going out of shot a second. Don't mind me. Nothing to see here. Well, literally now.
Could be worse. Oh, you made me square tonight.
I just did the best with the signal you were sending me.
Fuck. Oh, I love getting paint on a bit of skin that I've already done.
Really? That's lucky.
It's like my favourite thing. Oh, I love getting paint on a bit of skin that I've already done. Should be able to get rid of that with a highlight anyway.
Really?
So
That's lucky.
it's like my favourite thing. Oh, fucking. I love getting paint on a bit of skin that I've already Should be able to get rid of that with a highlight anyway. Well, we've been streaming for 12 minutes and it's like my favourite we've not had any internet issues yet.
No, that's always good. So where am I going to put this?
Is there an area for streamers or people that are painting or minutes and because I just don't know if they get defensive or shirty. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I don't want to upset people.
Is there an area for streamers or people that are painting or
just check?
because I just don't know if they get defensive or shirty. Do you know what I mean? There we go.
Yeah, that's what I don't want to upset people.
Right, that's one down. Is there an area for streamers or people that are painting or
just check?
because I just don't know if they get defensive or shirty. Do you know I use too much fucking water. Right, that's one down. Is there an area for streamers or people that are painting or
just check?
because I just don't know if
there we go. It's done.
They get, you done it, boy. I use too much fucking water. Yeah. I'm still definitely not a fan of going over black primer.
No.
That's not changed since last time.
Oh, that's that. I've just realised. Echo.
What's the echo?
It's because I've opened a browser on my flipping PC and I hadn't got isolated audio because you remember I said I couldn't get that banana thing working. I've got to be careful about doing that. If I open anything, I've got to have it muted.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've got... Oh, yeah, because you can't even, like me, because I've got Voice Meter Banana running, I've just muted my screen, my TV screen, and then I've muted my laptop that's obviously beside me for stream monitoring. So...
Yeah. Like I say, if I'd have been able to get that Voice Meter Banana working, I'd have had a bit more control. I'll have to have a play with it.
I was going to say, did you watch Boyo's video?
Yeah.
That I linked
yeah,
to?
yeah. I did.
Because that's the one that sorted me right out.
So it's a little bit technical for my old brain.
Well, I didn't want to say that, but you are old.
Right.
So. You can't hear the music or anything I'm listening to, can you?
I can't, mate. So we're not going to get DRM'd. Don't panic.
No, to be fair, it is content we can't get DRM'd for anyway.
Oh,
It's
copyright free.
Yeah, stream beats.
Oh dear.
Yeah, no, none of your shit in this establishment.
Just what do you mean, my shit?
I mean what I fucking said.
Fucking metal.
Youth of today.
Yeah, you've got no respect. Still, to be fair,
I was going to say,
metal's having a bit of a renaissance, boy. You're out of step.
Since when have I ever followed the fucking trends?
That's fair. So, yeah, so as I was saying earlier to you, took delivery of that Acid House Terrain Kickstarter today.
What? Because you got to go through it anyway, ain't you? For my 3D printing chisel for you.
Yeah.
Did you? While we're on the subject of Kickstarters and either shit that's been delivered or just shit we've seen, did you see that one I linked you for Saucerman Studios Flatline City Wave 2?
Yes, I still haven't looked at that. What's in the
more like the original set, so there's some more pipework.
Okay.
There is some more like octagonal and L-shaped buildings and stuff to add a bit of diversity to the table, because they've listened to the people on the Discord, which is quite a cool thing.
That's quite nice.
Facebook group.
Unusually shaped buildings are always...
Yeah, and then I will admit there is something that is very 40k Bastion-esque coming in it.
Okay.
And I haven't looked at the pledge levels because it's not live yet. But if it's anything like the first time, I'm not even going to hesitate, and I'm going to be backing that. Because
when does it go live?
I don't know, because it hasn't really said. It's just been teased on Instagram and Facebook and other bits and pieces at the moment. Okay. They've got the sub for the Kickstarter notification when it goes live, but there's no like, oh, we're going live on this date. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is a bit of a shame, but is there anything else you've seen on? Well, I suppose you don't go anywhere near Kickstarter as much as I do.
To be fair, mate, I try to avoid it simply because I try not to add to my pile of shame. It's like a self-defense mechanism at this moment.
If I can't see it, it's not a problem.
Yeah, exactly. If I can't see it, I can't be tempted.
To be fair, because I've been fairly busy at work recently as well, and I've been a bit flat out with everything in my personal life. I've not done what I usually do, which is sit there doom scrolling through Kickstarter, because that is a surefire way to lose money. Just on the
Jerry McCabe.
Oh,
somebody in chat.
Let's move down a minute.
Evening, Jerry. Yes, mate. Dungeons and Doggos or Doggies. Now, can I get this in camera? I'll get it in my face camera. Let's move that out of the way.
Yeah, should.
So, there we go. This. So, what you've got is 13 doggy miniatures designed for playing Dungeons and Dragons with. So, you've got all of the classic Dungeons and Dragons archetypes represented. Warlocks, wizards, rangers, bards. So here we have a Dax and Warlock, I believe he is.
Thought you said he was a sorcerer the other night.
I shall tell you. Your memory's better than mine. He is indeed a Dax and sorcerer. which is badly out of focus. Good job there, Paul.
Could
So,
be worse.
yep, he's one of them. And then the next one is what ranger was this? So we got Flint. He's the blue heel, which I think is a type of sheep or cattle dog from somewhere
Australia,
around
I
the world.
think, isn't it?
Australia, probably. So we're going to do him. So those are the two definites to try and get in for the
Painting comp we have.
painting comp. But anything else is just gravy.
Fair game. Yeah, because you're on about getting all 13 of them off your desk, aren't you?
Yeah, well, following my sort of a attitude towards project-based hobby, as in start it, plough through till I've finished it. That will probably be what I will do. You know, just keep hammering at them till they're done.
I'll bring my face cam down in a second to show you what I'm working on.
This brush is going to be way too big for what I want.
At the moment, it's some 3D printed halflings from Punga. So it's a halfling Blood Bowl team. There is in here 16 minis. 14 of them are halflings and 2 of them are treemen. So we'll move my camera down and we've got, hopefully, that's showing up all right. It's a bit out of focus. That might be a bit better for you. And then we've got the wanker with an anchor.
Catchy name.
Well, it's that song, isn't it?
Oi.
And then we've got 14 little halflings, various poses, various just cool like nautical themed stuff. So we've got this guy, he's got a crab on him. There's another catcher who is being lifted up by a bird,
which I think's really cool.
Yeah, Jerry.
Nice
so the Punga team itself was the Patreon reward from December and January. They're 3D printed from on my own printer. But the entire theme of them is like nautical pirate halflings. So you've got the treemans with the anchor and obviously the guy with the boat on his back. And even like the little details throughout the team. Where's the guy with the life ring? There's a guy with a life ring stuck round him. There's obviously the guys that have got the sort of sea creatures on them, and then there's a lot of just stuff. The other thing I'm going to try and do with these is do a bit of beach basing, and hopefully with the beach basing, I'm going to add a little bit of a water effect as well, I think. Right, hopefully. Oh, my power cable's just pulled my phone round because my phone's apparently red hot as well from streaming. So, come back. Hopefully that works and I'm back in frame.
Yes, you're looking good, mate. A little bit white-nosed. I can tell you what we can see. Your microphone shield.
You can see my microphone shield. You can see my... That's better, is it?
Yeah.
Right. Carry on doing what I was doing, which is base coating blue halflings. So Jerry, what do you usually paint? Are you a hobbyist? Are you more of a tabletop gamer? Are you more of a painter? What's the crack there, mate?
I'll be honest.
What's that?
I don't know I don't recognise the surname, but then again, I don't know. Are you the Jerry? as in Jerry can, you have to let us know. Because if you are, I can tell David exactly what you're into. Because I've seen enough screen time with you to probably be your biographer.
Oh, it's one of your lads, is it?
No, well, there is a Jerry on the OTT team.
Okay.
Yes. So, okay, that's Jerry. I think Jerry's of an age. I mean, I'm 51. I don't know how old you are, Jerry. Probably the same as me or close. But yeah, so Jerry's an old school guy. Likes his historicals, likes Kings of War.
To be fair though, dude, just because of your age and liking Kings of War, you know I'm building that shit for club at the moment.
Yep.
And you know I'm actually really fucking looking forward to painting it and playing it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I think we've both sort of realised in the past sort of 18 months, haven't we?
I'm older than Jerry. He's a young,
Oh,
sprightly chap.
he's a spring chicken compared to you.
Yeah.
I just saw that
Jesus
in chat.
Christ. Bloody whippersnapper.
But yeah, I think we've both sort of come to an epiphany in the past sort of 18 months, haven't we? That larger army-based games, not for us. Mentioning no names.
No.
Small skirmish stuff, or stuff that we only have to paint a little bit for.
Well, I mean, like you say,
it's more.
There's an element of an epiphany, but for me, I'd also say there's an element of practicality. You and I are far too varied in our tastes to marry ourselves to one game or system.
No, we can't. We can't. We're hobby magpies, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. So that necessitates small scale games. Otherwise, we'd never get anything on the bloody table.
Well, that and the time frame that obviously we have at club. Oh, fuck it.
Pardon your pig.
Well, apparently tonight I have the shakes, so I'm painting blue all over the skin tone that I've done.
Oh, you
so
want some of that cherry IPA then? Settle the DTs.
It's the stress of streaming, mate. The stress of streaming.
The stress of stream. Look, do not get me started. Oh my god. Right, come on, colour palette wizzo. I've got a base note of khaki grey on this harness and pouches. Where am I going to go with my highlight?
Yeah. What, khaki grey? Yeah, but I've lost my bloody my phone that's got my the colour Vallejo colour stuff on it is not in my hand in front of me, so you're gonna have to bear with me.
No, do it from memory.
I can't just do it from memory because I don't know what you do and don't have.
Oh god. How are we going to paint you as some sort of like colour savant if you're going to have to keep using reference sources?
Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to download it, leave it on the desk, leave it on the computer beside me, and then it's not going to matter because nobody's going to realise.
Then you can fake it as some sort
of
swan.
Exactly. Well, again, what do you think I've been doing all this time when we've been chatting on Facebook and stuff? It's like, just bear with me, bear with me.
Busted!
You know the amount of times that I've turned to you and gone, hang on a minute, let me just get my chart up. You want the model colours, didn't you?
Yes, mate. I'm gonna pick one.
Now the problem is with that chart is it's way too small for me to actually see anything because it's not on my phone. You're going khaki grey. What's the number on that bugger?
The number on it is 113. I've got an idea what I might use, but I don't know if it's a good idea or not.
Hang on, one. That's dark, baby. Khaki grey, yeah?
Yeah.
See, on the screen in front of me, that's looking a little brown.
Well, that's hence why I used it to do leather harnessing. Duh.
See, middle stone's too yellow, even though that's where I'd go to looking at the screen in front of me. Japanese uniform?
That's not a bad call. That isn't a
I
bad
mean,
call, really.
don't call me the colour savant for nothing.
Well, nobody does except me.
Yeah, but that's
I
only because
actually
you.
had dark yellow in my hand, which is the next.
That'd be too
but
yellow, boy.
Yeah, I think, yeah, Japanese uniform is a good call on this.
See. I'm not just a pretty face.
Not even a pretty face.
Look. If I wanted your opinion, I'd have put 50 pence in the cunt.
Cheek. So what was I going to say? So yes, I'm generally quite impressed with that Acid House stuff. Obviously, we have already talked about pimping it out with extra resin pieces from that Kickstarter you just meant, not that you
not
just
the one I just mentioned, but the first wave that we've already backed
and got.
And I've got on my printer, and I've printed one piece out because I apparently like collecting all of the 3D printed things and not actually printing them.
Yeah, well.
Story of my life. Well, you know what? I bought them golems and things. You know, the little Vevictus golem that's the little wind-up guy.
Yes, that was Frostgrave. You had a plan for.
Yeah, Frostgrave is the plan for that. But again, it's currently sat on my printer doing the square root of nothing. I've got commissions to do for Ricky and a few other people.
Oh, what's Ricky after?
More Frostgrave stuff, mate.
Okay, so he's getting into that, is he?
Yeah, he's back in. So Ricky's a lad at my club. He used to come to club before Paul emigrated to the wonderful wetlands of Scotland.
It's only fucking Scotland, Jesus Christ.
It's a different fucking country, mate. Different laws. You've emigrated.
God.
So Ricky used to come to club before Paul left. Ricky was sort of into 40k, dabbled a bit in Frostgrave and a couple of other games.
I don't remember him playing Frostgrave, but then again, I am old.
Senile was the word I was going to use, but okay.
Semantics.
Yeah, same difference in it. So Ricky played some Frostgrave and stuff. He's come back to club. He's not played anything yet, but he's gone out and bought himself a 40k Ultramarine army, which he's now in the process of painting. And getting back into the hobby for the first time in a while because of the COVID situation.
Yep.
And he's asked me to print him a couple of warband members for Frostgrave because I think he wants to dip his feet into the world of skirmish gaming because I think he's realised that whilst 40k is nice to play and
was it Blood Angels he had before?
Yeah, Blood Angels. They're all the Blood Angels that he sold to Kel.
Oh, that's for who Kel got those.
Yeah, that's where Kel got them from.
Si, senor.
See? Yeah, because there was some unpainted stuff in there as well that Kel's done, and then obviously there's a couple of bits that were already pre-done. And then I think Kel's just touched them up a bit, just for people painting to different levels. Oh, because
I do remember Ricky was quite good at getting stuff, painted. At least.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, Ricky even because Ricky donated the Stormcast and the Night Vaults Club, didn't he?
Did he?
Yes, when he was getting out of it. So we paid him a little bit for them and took them off his hands.
Is this paint dead? Yes, that's glue. We're not going to be able to use that.
What paint's that? What paint's that dead?
It's the base coating from when I was doing this.
It's on your.
Yeah, it's just on the old palette.
I was like, have you opened a GW colour?
No, I own so few, mate. That's highly unlikely.
I mean, to be fair, I've got some more to transfer over this weekend, which is like. To be fair, now I've found that trick with the needle. Did you get a needle, by the way?
No, I didn't get a needle.
For fuck's sake, I'm going to have to message you tomorrow, aren't I?
You can try it. I don't know how to paint this.
colour are you doing your dash hand? Are you just doing black or
Doing black and tan.
Yeah.
So I'm dreading doing all the eye dots and details. And that's a good point actually. We need to think about what colours am I actually going to do the tan details in.
Yeah, because you want to stay away from that elsewhere. Right, we're down to putting the blue on the last 2 miniatures.
Ooh.
And then this will
The
then it'll
blue was
be
the tops, wasn't it? Essentially.
Yeah, the blue's the tops. So after this step, we're gonna go at it with a wash, but I'm gonna probably slap some deck tan down on their trousers first. Try and get a nice solid coat of that down.
Sounds like a plan.
Well, you know I like painting on hard mode.
Yeah. Trust me, I do.
Why do everything and then wash everything at once when you can paint some skin, wash some skin, highlight some skin, i.e. go back in with your base color.
Yeah.
Then start doing your blues, and then start doing your whites, and then swear profusely every time you slip with your brush and you catch your skin tones.
Yeah.
That's the story of my painting life.
Doing everything 4 times. If not by
Yes,
design, by accident.
but you got to put it out there. I do get decent results, even though it takes me twice as long to do an army as anything else.
Yep.
That and quick shade is the demon.
No, quick shade's fine. It has a purpose.
To be fair,
Comment
the only place
below, is quick shade the devil's work?
No, to be fair, them buildings that you quick shaded for club before you left are bomb proof. You can literally probably take them outside in a rainstorm, considering they're MDF, and throw them around in the car park, and you're still fine.
To be fair though, the flat areas on them, it looks streaky as hell. I would say that that's a bad application of quick shade.
It's a good application in the results you get, and obviously the quality you get of like the finish and the durability of it, particularly for like club terrain.
Yeah,
But
the
like you say,
is a payoff.
The finish itself is not necessarily the best.
No.
But again, if you were to paint and do like we've said time and time again with MDF buildings, put down a base color, quick shade them, then just highlight them with an airbrush, particularly the large flat stuff, you get a really good effect for barely any work. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that is the redeeming factor with them, in that you can. I've got paint in my drink, which is brilliant.
Yeah, like I say, it won't kill you.
Yeah, but I don't even know how. I think it's just come here, you stupid thing. Stop it. There we go. Got it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the application that is the best is base coats, quick shade, done.
Yeah, well, we know
getting
you're
those big army projects out the gate.
Well, again, I'll give credit where credit's due. Both your Japs and your British for bolt action look baller with it.
The other thing that's nice about it is you can always go back later.
Yeah, there is that.
Do you know what I mean? Once you've done it, you can go back and re-highlight, retouch. I mean, if you're unlucky, you do get some of those areas of pooling that's difficult to hide, because, as I say, it's not the most precise tool in the world. But
what are you?
It's certainly not an end point necessarily. It is what you want it to be.
Yeah, what are you on with at the moment? So you're just highlighting your levers still, or?
No, I've done that. I'm currently deciding how to do this. He's got a rather fetching little... I don't know if it'll pick it up on camera. I may have to reorient the light. He's got a rather fetching little chest piece, which is like an eye I don't know if you can see that on camera.
I do. You got to wait a minute because I'm obviously a bit behind because I'm on stream, ain't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
Yeah.
That's
So
that.
I'm currently picking out. I'm thinking putting a gold border on it, so it's like in a metal medallion, and then we're going to
What
paint it as
gold or you got copper?
I have. Yeah. Do you
Copper
think?
might be. Copper might work with that because it should tie that red in with that yellow a bit.
Let's try. Well, what I'm going to do for the eye is I'm going to do it a bright yellow with a black
Iris.
iris. Yeah, that sort of lizard eye look, eye of
Yeah,
Sauron look.
warlocky.
Um,
Very warlocky.
even though he's a sorcerer. Moving
Cough,
quickly.
cough.
Um, but yeah, okay. Let's try copper. Let's go with your idea. I mean, at the end of the day, it's only a tiny little detail on the miniature. It's hardly going to swamp anything, is it?
No, well, again, I
And
think
I don't use it very often.
no. Again, copper for me is a very underloved color. It has its place. So I've got some a protector of Menoth for what's the game again?
War
War
Machine.
Machine.
We were talking about that at club on Tuesday.
Oh, actually, I know where we're going to go with the conversation in a minute.
Well, finish your
Because
men off thing.
but I very rarely use copper other than for little details. However, on the Menoth, because I've gone German grey and red, with I think there's some cream deer tails on there as well. I can't remember. It's been that long since I painted any Menoth anyway. But they have copper weapons, so it's a nice contrasting warm metal. Oh no, that's why, because I've got so on there on my Menoth, I've got German grey, I've got gunmetal grey, so it's all very sort of dark.
Yeah.
And then they've got the red, and then they've got like the copper in the blade tips and that kind of thing, and the maces that they wield, just to make them zing.
Okay.
So yeah, you were saying about club on Tuesday, because your club's on a Tuesday. You were talking about War Machine. Is that talking about War Machine to want to play some, or just talking about it in general, or what was the crack with that?
I'm not sure it'll get to the table, but I was just chatting with Joe. Do you know the guy Joe? We had the game to play. It's gone. Age of Fantasy, one-page rules.
Yeah, because
So,
that's where I was just about to go with the conversation. Because you told me on Sunday night that you were playing one-page rules on Tuesday.
yeah.
So
we played our game, and then we were just chatting after. So do you want to hear about one-page rules then? I haven't managed to update my blog on Tabletop for everybody watching. Go check it out. Awesome site. So it was a brilliant game.
yeah,
In summary, just take a break from painting a second. So I don't know if I said to you. So we had a game of Age of Sigmar third edition the week before.
yeah, I remember you. I remember you saying that because he brought the goblin list that didn't actually contain any goblins and was basically all Troggoths and stuff.
Correct. Yeah.
Wasn't it?
And it was like pulling teeth because he was completely new to it, and even though bless him, he'd done a fair bit of prep. I'm not going to call Joe out. He did come. He'd got his list prepared in Brattle's Scribe. He'd read through it, but it was just what AOS is like.
Oh so, yeah, it's a chore.
Age of Fantasy. We played 1,500 points. I ran exactly the same models, just because I wanted as direct a comparison as possible. He took the far more intelligent approach of padding his list out with all of the models he could buy under the allowed rules for Age of Fantasy. And he had loads of drops. My God. I had 5 units. He must have had, I don't know, 10. He had so much stuff. But bearing in mind it was brand new to both of us, we got through to the last turn. It's only a 4-turn game, and we played the stock scenario where essentially you just place down D3 plus 2 objectives.
Oh,
And
so
then,
similar to bolt action in that style of
yeah, just
roll the
place down.
dice to see how many objectives you get at the start of the game.
Yep. Models within 3 inches can flip it to your control. That control persists until it's taken away. If there are enemy models and friendly models within 3 inches, it flips to neutral, so nobody controls it.
That's what I was literally just about to ask. That is there the same shenanigans with OBSEC that obviously
No, you don't get any of that.
is a
So
thing.
if there are friendly models within 3 inches and no enemy, it's yours. If there are both, it's neutral. And if the enemy has 3 and you have none, it's the enemy's. And you check for that at the end of each round. And at the end of the 4th turn, whoever controls the most objectives wins. So it ended up in a draw. He had 1, I had 1, and I managed to force the middle objective neutral just by absolutely swarming it with pink warriors, as they're called, rather than pink horrors, because, copyright's a thing. IP, etc. But it was really good. Really enjoyed it.
Because that's the other thing I was gonna ask you. So obviously we've bitched and moaned about this before. The AOS, that comet scenario. You know the one I'm on about, where it can come down in any table quarter, and it's the same in Warcry. And we've basically called it out for what it is. Of basically, it's completely random, and it decides who wins the game.
Yeah.
Because that's been our play experience with it. And I mean, we played what before you left for Butte. We played that meteor scenario. Must have been about 3 times at least, because this was back in what 2018, 2019.
Yeah, to be fair, and we kept rolling
and
the damn thing.
And you've played it since in Warcry and found a very similar.
It's not an identical scenario, but it's a very similar idea.
Yeah, it's a similar idea. That's more where I'm going with this. Not a criticism against those kinds of scenarios, but what the way I was going with
I'd go
this.
further and say definitely a criticism against those sort of scenarios, but we'll get to that.
Is it killier? Is stuff less? What's the crack with it?
Not really. No. In some ways it is. In some ways it isn't. Like weak 3-wound heroes can get popped off quite easily if you take.
I mean, that's the same in AOS.
Attacks. Yeah.
AOS though, isn't it? With mortal wounds.
Because the rules are similar for my pink horrors or pink warriors, sorry. They're really grindy. You've got to chew through tons of wounds to get rid of them. So, that's very similar.
Because that's the other thing I was going to ask you. Because obviously you basically took what was a Tzeentch Demon list from AOS.
Yes.
And you converted it over to one-page rules.
Yes.
What's the crack with the pink warriors then? Do they have the same sort of splitting shenanigans that obviously is a thing in AOS, or
it's identical, mate. So each pink warrior produces 2 blue warriors. Each blue warrior produces 1 brimstone base. So it's identical as it would be under AOS. There is one important difference which I highlighted in my blog, which is that in AOS, when you take a wound on the unit, you can remove what you like. So if I want to remove a pink, I can. If I want to remove a blue, I can. Etc. Okay?
Yeah.
And because, brimstones generate more close combat attacks than ranged attacks, there's an incentive to game the system.
Well, again, if you're getting your ass handed to you with ranged, you'll just keep because you got your morale test for bringing back pinks, etc., haven't you?
No, they've stopped that. That's gone.
Oh, that's gone now, is it, in
Yeah,
third?
you don't get that.
No, but you get it as a thingy now, don't you? You were saying to
No,
me, you get it as a summoning
no,
thing.
no. Well, that's the summoning rules for the army are completely different, and you can summon pink horrors, but they're 20 points for 10. So you're never going to summon them. I've never got above about 10 or 15 summoning points in a game. But then again, I've never leaned into it.
Yeah, because that I know you. That's where you said you wanted to go next with your
But
AOS drive.
the point about gaming the system is that in one-page rules, you have to remove all pink horrors before you start killing blues.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, it's a lot more simple than AOS, so it's not a decision point. You don't bog the game down by waiting for your opponent, making my opponent wait 3 minutes every time I've got to kill a pink horror. Oh, do I kill a pink? Do I kill a blue? Do I kill a brimstone? So that's gone. Basically, he
Yeah.
chews through one colour, chews through the next colour, chews through the brimstones, job done. But it does change the dynamic quite dramatically in that I have to have, if I've got 10 pinks, I have to have 20 blue horror models. Because at some point, they will all be on the table.
All gone.
And I don't have that. So for my 20 pink horrors I took, I theoretically should have had 40 blues and 40 brimstones. Obviously, my opponent was a really good sport and allowed me to proxy dice, tokens, whatever we could scratch together, because it got out of hand. But obviously, if I was to play that army regularly, I'd have to invest in those models, which is, possible downside. Depends on your perspective, I guess.
Well, again, though,
And
that's
the other thing, just to finish off, obviously, when you buy the pink horrors, you can buy upgrades like standard bearer, champion, musician. Now, the rules aren't exactly crystal clear, but I didn't buy any of those because my assumption would be when that pink model gets removed, I lose that buff.
yeah, but it's the same as AOS in that regard. Because I can buy drummers for my Oryx, my Iron Jaws. And basically, once I've got into combat, into melee, I don't give a shit about the drummers anymore. I'm in melee. I'm just sitting here being annoying.
Why is that? Because they buff charge.
Yeah, because they buff the charge roll.
Yeah.
The standard bearer that gives better leadership or whatever it is for the battle shock. Can't remember what it is exactly called.
Yeah, battle shock.
But the battle shock test is like that is always the last model pretty much to die because Oryx have a shit leadership and it's not happening.
You gain pink horrors in exactly the same way because like a pink horror musician, I think it is, gives the whole unit +1 save. So obviously you kill all of your other pink horrors and leave him on. Then
again we get into the nuances of gaming AOS here. Because the Iron Jaws can have they used to at least be able to, because I haven't played the latest edition. Last time I played was pre-COVID, so we're talking a year and a half, 2 years ago now. But you take some with the shields. Now, it does negate your damage output, because obviously it takes up a weapon hand.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, oh, this has got I think it's a 6+ or a 5 upside. It's basically like an invuln on them.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, I'll just take a couple because again, when you're only taking a little bit of splash 2-3 damage, it's like, okay, I'll put some of it onto the shields then, and you roll because again, you get to roll them and you roll the wounds individually kind of thing.
Yeah.
It just slows the game down, bogs the game down, and that's always sort of been my criticism. It's why I've never run them. I always run my Iron Jaws as beat boys. Basically, it's just run in, beat stuff. I don't care about them. Now, again, this was 2nd edition, and I know I have noticed from 3rd edition that my minimum squad size has now increased, which is annoying, but that's annoying for completely other reasons. But yeah, my minimum squad size now increased to 15.
Yeah.
So
Well, the reason it's annoying is that the product they sell doesn't match the requirements for the army.
Yeah. But
skirting around that issue.
Skirting around that issue of you can't buy anything in a starter set, you can't buy anything in a box to actually get your 15 models without buying 2. So again, wonderful.
Great marketing.
Wonderful there. I mean, again, I don't mind Angels, but this is what I was going to come back to with your one-page rules crap or crack even. There is obviously the 3D printed armies that are released for one-page rules.
Yep.
Because Jake had they're not Saurus Guard, but you know exactly what I mean when I'm saying reptilian.
The Seraphon copy.
Yeah. I can't believe it's not Seraphon.
Yeah.
But they are gorgeous minis. I always was looking at starting a Seraphon army before I sort of, with Jake at my club playing Seraphon, I didn't want to step on toes. So I went for obviously my own jaws, which I've got, oh God, what, say about 1,200 points off? It's on my Battle Scribe, and my Battle Scribe's on my phone, so I'll get that more for next time. But that's my first army. I've got what, 5 minis of it painted. I did.
Welcome to the wonderful world of David.
To be fair, though, Paul, the only reason 5 models of them are painted
when
is
have you ever known me be fair?
Technically, there's more of them that have got orange on. I just need to repaint them because I decided actually I wasn't a fan of the orange, and actually what was a better shout was to paint them metallic blue with contrasts and spend many hours doing the trousers on them because they've got cream trousers, and I was using a ridiculously small brush at the time. How long did it take me to do like an entire evening's painting? Because I'm painting with something that is ridiculously small.
Painting with a fly's eyelash.
Yeah, something along those lines. So yeah, my Iron Jaws orcs, from memory off the top of my head, is 30 Ard Boys, which are the old Black Orc models. You know the ones I'm on about. Then I've got 6 Skull Grunters,
which I do like. I do like those old.
The
old Black Orcs as they were.
Yeah,
Show me age.
The pain train. So yeah, I've got 6 Skull Grunters. I've got 10 Brutes in 2 5-man squads. I've got a Mega Boss not on the Maw Crusher, just the normal bog standard Mega Boss on his little hill.
I have a Mega Boss on a Super Cabbage.
Death Star. I do want to get one at some point, but I'm not paying that price for it.
To be fair, mine was a gift. I probably wouldn't have paid that price for it either.
Again, at the moment, we're in hobby skirmish mode of Infinity, Blood Bowl, and other stuff. So Death Cabbage can wait. But yeah, so I've got Mega Boss, War Chanter, and the Weird Knob Shaman, which I am going to regret painting because it's going to be such a pain to do that smoke nicely and do it justice. It's a gorgeous mini, but
it is going to look good when you got it finished, though.
Yeah.
Just going to go out a shot second.
Because that was the thing I was going to say to you, actually, when I got round to painting them again, if I get round to painting them again, is the Weird Knob Shaman is obviously cloaked.
Yes.
if the Weird Knob Shaman's cloaked, how the hell am I going to do the metallic, like, blue that is gorgeous and poppy on them, but doesn't obviously work on fabric? Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I mean, statement of the obvious, you're not going to be able to do that on the fabric, but does he have any metalwork that you can do it on?
Nope.
Oh, crap.
Other than like a tiny, I think it's mainly actually teeth though. He's got like a tiny fucking tooth necklace around him.
I'm not that familiar with the model. I know the one you mean because it's got that. It looks like it's got a geyser of smoke coming out
Yes.
one side of it. He is pretty much all robe, isn't he?
Yeah. Because the other thing I was just thinking was say, screw it, and do it as like the metallic on his robes, and it's just like, oh, he's got the. No, just hear me out here. He's got like the metallic thread in his robes.
No, it won't look right, boy. You can't pull that off. You're taking liberties now. You're taking liberties.
And the Scotsman's come out.
That was Yorkshireman.
Same shit in Europe North.
Spot the yellow belly.
Shots fired from the Midlands, lad.
East Coast hate train. I reckon your best bet is to just paint the robes blue so it fits in with the colour of the army. Can't you just, what about arcs of electricity dancing across his robes? Or even don't do the robes blue, but do the electricity dancing across them blue. I wouldn't do. I think blue metallic robes is a stretch, though, mate. I mean, maybe you can pull it off. Just saying.
The only thing I'm a little bit concerned of is obviously using that contrast as a glaze across it, and how much of a twat it's going to be, because it's already a little bit of a twat to get it nice on the armor.
Yeah, it's a completely different surface.
Yeah, I've got a nasty feeling that's going to pull like a bitch on the road.
I think you might be right, frankly.
And it would therefore look shite. Now, I have had a counter idea.
Oh yeah. Uncounterpointer.
Obviously, my skin on my Oryx is quite pale and drab.
Yeah, because you've gone for that sort of khaki colour, which I think is cool as hell, rather than the classic fantasy thing.
Yeah, the washed out orc skin rather than
olive drab. Is that the technical term?
Yeah. So the colours themselves are the Deathworld Forest, Ogren camos in there, and I think Creed Khaki's even in there. Creed Khaki may be a bit high, so there might be one between Deathworld Forest and Ogren camo. Can't remember off the top of my head. Got it written down somewhere. Don't know where it is.
Anyway, so what's your point?
The point I was going to make was, how about doing a pale blue skin?
Yeah.
To tie it in with the other bit of the Force, but then doing like orange poppy robes. What's the thought here?
I mean, it's got your key colours of your army there. I'm not sure. Blue-skinned orc. I tell you what you should do. You should, because that's a classic orc trope, is blue face paint.
Yeah. So just daub face paint all over him.
Exactly. You should
because he is a shit ton of exposed skin on his chest.
That's what you should be doing, boy. You should do him like skin tone to match.
Orange robes.
Yeah, get your blue in by doing body painting and stuff like that. Because again, it's orky. It doesn't have to be sophisticated. It's not as if you're, it's not as if you're bloody hand painting tattoos on his chest. It's only, smeared body paint. Yeah, like African tribesman type thing. You know how they wear white paint and all sorts.
Yeah.
Different tribes have different traditions, don't they? But I'm
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
you can Google that for tons of influences and references.
Well,
Right,
again, you could even do the body paint in a lightning style pattern
well,
to tie in with
that's
his robes.
yeah. I mean, I did think about that. The other option is don't make it body painting, but literally have it power arcing over his skin in blue. But I don't know how that'd be harder to paint. I think it's easier to fake body paint than to paint like power, electric. But then again, that sort of stuff
You know,
intimidates the hell out of me in terms of
you know
my
what I
painting
have just
ability.
thought though, because
Yep.
he's got the staff in one hand, and then I think in his other hand it's like turned up in a palm and like clawed up.
Yep.
There's the battle effects stuff from Battle Effects in Spain for 3D printing. So I could do like lightning arcing up and out of his hand.
Oh, right. Add it to the like
Yeah,
print it
yeah, print it and
and
add it
embed it.
in a clear blue resin coming up out of his hand.
Oh my god, mate, that would be sick as fuck if you did that. That'd be just up your street as well. Incredibly faffy, but you'd love it. I need your help,
Right, come on then.
colour savant. So Google Daxon black and tan.
Oh, for
Google
fuck's sake.
images. You'll get thousands of images of cute little Daxons. And we want the. So what colours are we going to paint for this tan?
Oh, no, fuck's sake. Black and tan miniature Dashan's been searched as well.
It doesn't matter. Miniature standard. They've all got the same body coat.
It's more ginger than a.
It is very red. I mean, it does vary. Some are a
Well,
bit
again,
creamer, but it is actually quite red in colour. So where are we going with the old colour palette on this?
bear with me. Bear with me.
I come in. Bear with me.
Let me move. That's another thing. That's another thing we should probably do for the channel.
Which is
seeing
what?
as we've said about it, is Assassin's Creed.
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
you've
well
got-
we can.
you-
Yeah.
You've got yours to unbox, but then I've got the rest of the pledge to unbox as well, so we can combine the videos for that.
Yeah, true. And I think
Because again, I've unfortunately started priming some of mine.
heresy. I'll have to catch up.
Well, for reference, I've done the Papal Guard, which you haven't got.
Oh, I don't need to worry then.
I've done 10 crossbowmen.
Yeah.
I've done the brutes.
Yeah.
And somewhere else I've done the agiles as well, and I have started doing some of the terrain bits and pieces. So the pikemen, the agiles, I've done 5 of each of them. I've primed the hiding spots. I've primed some of the stairs.
This is all just priming, right?
Yeah, priming, and I have started putting some colours down.
Okay.
But this was ages ago, so
Okay.
don't panic, Mr. Mannering. Right. Oh, shizer. Right, come here.
Well, I'll tell you what. We will have to. You'll have to send me a list
of what I've got, and then
what
you can
you've
prime and catch up.
started.
Yeah.
What you've got the most paint on, and then we'll
Yeah.
start pushing each other to get it done.
Yeah. Right.
We need to get that ready to play.
We do.
So come on. I should try and second guess you here. Where are you going to go with this?
You got number 136.
Mm-hmm. I've got 136. Red leather.
Yeah. But I don't necessarily know where you're going to go from there.
It's a very odd colour, isn't it?
Because you don't like mixing either.
Well, I mean, it's such a small part of the model, and it's a key part of the model because it's the face. So it's going to absolutely define his character. So it's got to be right.
Because again, I have a really good ginger recipe, but it's all in Citadel, which is I know, but it's Xandri dust, which is like a
Bone colour.
a bit darker than bone, but yeah, you get the point. Then I wash it with, I want to say Fugan, which is an orange wash, and then Carabao Crimson.
Okay.
And then I go into it. I've got it on Instagram. You've probably seen it at some point anyway.
I don't
but
think I have any orange inks. I've got red ink.
You got a yellow ink?
No. I have a yellow wash, but I don't think it's going to work.
What yellow wash is that? Oh, that'll be one of the old ones, won't it?
Yeah.
Oh. I just saw Jerry's comment about you shouting earlier.
Oh, whoops. I didn't see
Braveheart, with Braveheart. I've got the tokens to do for this stuff as well.
Hang on. Tan Earth. Jerry's assisting.
Jerry is assisting.
Oh, Jerry, what number's Tan Earth boy?
See if I can beat him to it, shall I?
Yeah. Well, you're definitely going to beat me to it. Old brain. Typical. I've got 130 odd colours, and he names the one I don't have.
You had it. Did I not buy it in that care package for you?
Oh, yes, I have. Yes, I have, Jerry. Right. Okay. Now that seems a bit beigey. But...
Jerry's referencing the tail numbers, not the main numbers that Paul uses, because Paul, for some reason, is a heathen and uses the little numbers on the bottle just to confuse the shit out of everyone.
It doesn't matter, Jerry. We got there. We got there. So, yeah, that's a bit beigey, though. So, where are you going with this, Jerry? That don't seem ginger enough for me.
Why don't you do that with the thingy wash on it? The red leather.
What, red leather base it, and then this on over the top?
No,
actually,
use the red leather as a wash.
No, Yeah. No. As the highlight, this is pretty close. Because I'm just looking at some of these pictures. It's almost like you've got a reddy orange behind, and then you've got a beige on top, where the light really catches the top of the hairs. That's what makes it look so odd. Because it's got its own inbuilt almost contrast.
No, yeah, Jerry's going 3-to-1 mix of leather brown and tan earth, and then highlight with a 1-to-1 mix to blend them together.
Right. Well, we have a plan. So
I apparently have a load of colours.
Leather brown or red leather? Because
leather brown, Jerry's saying.
Yep. Okay, that's fine.
And if you need to, you can highlight 1 to 3 in the other direction, Ginge.
Well, bang
in. Plough in then, lads!
Another one where Jerry can, I say. Excellent. Let's get some of this on the old palette. Sorry, red leather. Oh, nearly went in. In off the
post. He nearly shafted you there.
See, look at that. My faith was so total. I was willing to go with a chocolate brown just on Jerry's say-so.
Trusting an off-site Savon.
No, to be fair, this does make a lot more sense visually. So, oh my god, this could be payoff.
Right, we're going to go with a size 0.
So we're going to go heavy this, lighter that. for the first pass.
Fuck.
Let's bring up the old reference picture because we've got to place this paint quite specifically.
I need to find my scalpel. Oh, that's the thing. I found my A2 cutting mat to put on the desk, so obviously it's slightly less glary for people. Yeah.
Yes.
Only problem I found with it, because I've stored it on its side a bit, it's a bit wavy.
Okay. Well, you can flatten it, can't you?
I'm hoping it'll flatten over time under its own weight, but and I've just had to cut 2 hairs off my size 0 because they're bent. And don't you dare say
what brand is it?
Rosemary.
Yeah, I know it's not a new video. Did you see Miniac's review of the sort of prestige sable brands? He did a 4-way
Yes,
comparison.
that's what I looked at when I went out and bought the.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jerry, about the delay in chat. It also doesn't help that neither of us are necessarily looking at the screen all the time, so it takes us a little while to realise you've actually said something. But yeah, the Miniac video was the one I looked at prior to buying these sables.
Yep.
Because I think it was the one where I got, because he's got a money off link for Jackson's Art Supplies or something.
I can't pass, mate. You pay far more attention than I do.
Yeah,
was Rosemary his top choice? I don't think it was it?
No, it wasn't. I think he ended up saying Raphael, didn't he?
Yeah, the 8404s. Yeah, that's right.
Which is again why I went and purchased one.
Have you tried yours yet?
It's literally my go-to brush. It is literally my go-to brush. I love it.
Which size did you get?
A size 1. But this is the conversation we had when I bought them. Because actually, let me just wash my brush out. A size 1/8.
Oh my god! I'll tell you what. This is a good call, Jerry. Have you painted Dachshunds before, or other black and tan dogs? This is such a good call.
Yeah, the size 1 Raphael is the same size as a size 2 Rosemary and Co, just a little bit shorter.
Yep.
Fair enough, Jerry.
What's he said? No, I haven't. I'm just brilliant.
No, just about for the almost mistake on your colour choice, boy.
It's fine. Jerry, it could always be painted over, boy. It's not a mistake you can't fix.
I don't know. Dropping a mini and it breaking just as you're about to put the final highlight on it. That's pretty soul destroying.
Nah, just glue it. Glue it and go with it. Yeah, because I need to get myself a decent sable. My last one died a death. My last Windsor Newton died a death. And I don't really have.
Well, I went for the Raphael because at that Jackson's or wherever I bought it from, I'll find out the email after.
Yeah.
It was cheaper than the. No, he's painted a lot of Irish and Scots, mate. and unfortunately, Jerry is a stripper. Jerry is a stripper.
You hear it here first. Actually, Jerry, no offence, mate. I've seen you. I can't imagine that's entertaining.
But yeah, the Raphael was cheaper than the Windsor Newton.
Right.
By a little bit, not by a lot, but by enough. And obviously, because he'd sung its praises,
yep.
I went and bought one, and I literally can't put it down. The only reason I put it down at the moment is because I'm putting micro texture into bloody kelp on a man's beard, which is like sadist levels of highlighting.
You all over, isn't it?
Well, again, the problem is he's got some really nice pronounced edges and features, and then he's got a lot of little flat bits, and I don't like a lot of little flat bits. So, unfortunately, he's getting stabbed at and stippled.
Yeah. To be fair though, it's a fairly big model. You're gonna notice, aren't you?
Yeah.
So we're gonna.
Well, that and his face is just gorgeous.
So we're going for the old 1-to-1 step 2.
He's not got a face only a mother can learn. It's enjoyable for Jerry Paul.
Overshare.
What have you been working on lately then, Jerry? Because I know obviously you said that you're more historicals and stuff, but are you working on a particular project or got anything in the pipeline? Oh, speaking of pipeline stuff, when are you getting your arse in gear and playing some Silver Bayonet that I bought you?
Look, we will get round to it.
You even got paint on the minis I sent up.
No, I haven't. Although Joe wants to see them because 3D printing was another thing we were talking about. Oh my God, Jerry, this looks sick. So good. You should.
Where did dark green go?
Into the Dettol it goes. Because you're painting a conquest army at the minute, aren't you, Jerry? For everybody in the studio's doing like a Path of Conquest thing. Am I right? Because I think I saw. Did I see an update from you recently?
That's the highest I'm going with that. No, I am looking forward to my wet palette turning up. Let's actually blend some of that together and another Vallejo bites the dust because it's separated. Fuck's sake.
Just mix it, man. Why is it bite dust?
Doing my second Path of Conquest army because the rest is slack painting some cowboys at the moment for myself. What are you painting them cowboys for? Particular game or just an indulgence project or? Because again, it's like I've said to Paul. This year, I do want to try some more Wild West Exodus and probably paint an army for Wild West Exodus. Hobby Magpie Syndrome.
Yeah, I was looking at that old Wild West Exodus starter set that I've got that I never got round to doing the other day.
Yeah, because didn't you buy that for like club and then end up not? We didn't end up doing it at club, didn't we?
Yeah, that's right. I didn't end up charging them.
Which reminds me, I still need to give DW the bank account details for paying me for buying all that Mantic stuff.
And much as it pains me to remind you that you need to send me an invoice, but you need to charge me for all those bolt action vehicles you printed for me, don't you?
I do, but I mean, again, I had a nice reminder email from the ex last night.
Oh, nice.
Can you reply to my email? Yeah, I can do.
What did you say? Trick question. The answer's no. Right, mate.
Oh,
do I
what
go
is the time?
It's 9:30. Do I go one step higher with this dog's cape?
Hang on, I'm just reading Jerry's comments. I picked up the Dead Man's Hand to see what it was like, but I've got the old Warhammer Historic Old West book, so it'll be for either. Fair enough.
For Jerry, have you seen Dracula's America? I must confess, if I was going to do cowboys, I think that's what I'd do. But I'm a bit weird like
Well,
that.
Wayne absolutely raves about Fistful of Lead.
Yeah, that's popular at Spalding, isn't it?
Yeah. Right now, then, boys and girls.
I think we need to take this cape one higher. I think it's got to be done.
One, if not two, mate. It's...
Oh, shut up. We're not doing 4 levels of highlight on a cape. Get a grip.
Oh, shut your mouth. Just because I like painting on hard mode and shame you. Right.
So, yeah. Right, so our homework before next week is to...
I'm just going to make people motion sick because I've turned the camera around, but... Look at that.
How much higher? You need to go higher with that kelp, boy. That's looking a bit black.
You were whittling that it's got to stay black.
I'm just winding you.
Ow.
Mind you, hit
Sorry.
your head on
that wasn't the head. That was the phone.
What?
That was the phone against the mic.
Was it?
Yeah, because I'm not hitting my head on the microphone this time because the microphone is positioned far enough away from my face that it's not a thing.
I've seen your face. I don't think it's possible to be far enough away.
What do you reckon go with that then? Olive green? What? Olive green's a bit yellow.
For highlighting it,
Russian uniform, German field grey. Come on, Jerry. Give us a help.
Google dry seaweed.
Yeah, but we're not. This is the thing, though. We're not doing dry, are we? We're doing it dripping wet.
Oh, true.
Because we started out with German camo dark green, and then we went into some, I want to say, reflective green.
Do you know what? You should do it higher than you think to show it's almost like point reflections off water or glass.
Oh, so you think go all the way up then?
Yeah, I would overcook it, but be very sparing with it because, like you say, you want to bring out that wet look, similar to the way you'd fake a non-metallic metal.
Yeah, I don't like non-metallic metal.
No, well I don't, but then that's because they're hard mode. I don't do hard mode.
Oh, for God's sake, camera, stop it. That's better, I think.
In next week's live stream, David talks to more inanimate objects in the expectation that it makes a difference.
Dude, How many years have you known me?
Too many.
How many years have I talked to inanimate objects?
I met your ex, so several.
Oh, you bastard.
Shots fired!
I am out of shot, apparently, because it's twisted. Fucking thing.
Oh, should I stop looking at my mini and then help
you? It might
well,
help.
To be fair, that's a good look, because you're currently chopped off mid-eyes.
Fuck's sake. How's that, twat?
That's good. That's better. Well, when I say good, you've got your whole face in shot. Oh, man. We're not amateurs, you know. We do this professionally. Piss off.
Jerry has suggested the kelp is very bright and yellowish, so we're going down that route.
There you go.
The man hath spoken. I'm going all the way up to olive green, then Jeremy 967.
Right, so if I put on the channel, we've got colour consultant Jerry McCabe.
It just pops in every Thursday to lend a hand.
Yeah. Just to sort of suck through his teeth and shake his head going, I wouldn't use that colour.
Now, the problem is, I think the colour I've gone for is more of a green-grey than a thing, but we'll see where we go.
Mate, it can always be painted over.
Well, I am considering throwing some Athonian camo shade on this as well at the end.
I thought it was some sort of contract obligation. You have to apply a wash between every coat. No.
I've just noticed something because I've leant forwards onto my desk now. I'm now the other way. I'm cutting my mouth off.
Yeah, probably a good idea to sort of like position your body before you fix your camera.
But again,
Rotate a cuff. Rotate a cuff.
yeah,
So
but again, if I get if Jerry, lol. Well, Paul in the corner's a bit colourblind.
Eh?
Well, how many
Colourblind?
how many projects lately have you gone? Oh, I need a hand with the colours. I mean, look at your fucking Chiha that you did.
To be fair though, you shouldn't
Now,
be such a good advisor.
I mean,
Plus it's less effort to ask you than actually think about it.
that's what I was going to ask you. Is your bloody decal sheet turned up yet?
No, mate, but it is coming all the way from America, so we'll let it off. Let's see if I can get a shot of this on camera. I think that's pretty banging.
Yeah, see, the problem I have with I can't take things to my camera because
I've perhaps overcooked the beiginess, but that's not Jerry's fault. That's my crappy painting. Let's reposition the light so that people can actually see what the hell's going on.
Right.
And even then, that's going to be difficult, Paul, because it's bloody tiny.
Looking all right.
Let's try that.
Right, olive green.
Can you just about see? Yeah. Got the old eye dots, the chin dot where the hairs are.
How did
That's pretty good.
How did
I'm pleased with that.
How did that copper turn out?
Oh, it's fine. I mean, at the end of the day, it was such a tiny, tiny detail on the chest. Oh, well remembered actually, because that random magenta splodge is the base colour for the yellow. So I ought to put the yellow on it. Do you think? That might be a plan.
I mean, it might be wise if you're going to paint yellow on your Mini to actually put some
yellow
on
and not just
the
leave the
Mini.
magenta. Yeah.
I mean, then it might be a little bit attacky and vibrant, but
yeah, but that's the idea. It's like the eye of some possessed demon locked in a amulet on his chest.
thought he was a fucking sorcerer, not a
warlock. Well, you know. Well, actually, should we spoil it for everyone? Their genius idea. Obviously, I backed this Kickstarter forever ago, mainly because I'm a massive fan of dogs, and we've owned Dachshunds for years. So if you put a Dachshund, here's a tip for you on Kickstarter: put a Dachshund in it, I'll probably back it. And I haven't done anything with them. I painted.
No, tell a lie. You painted the Chihuahua Ninja.
Yeah, that was for another painting comp, I think, wasn't it?
Yep.
But then I said, okay, I'll bring these out because they fit the theme. Which
no. If you're gonna tell a story properly, because we were doing Underdog, and obviously I'm doing my halflings, and you sat there and were like, "Oh, what do I do?" And I made the suggestion of the dogs out of the Warlord of Galahir set that are like, what are they, Morbeasts or whatever they're called?
Yeah, Morbeasts. I was just trying to remember myself, mate, what they were called.
And we thought that was a good idea.
Yeah, to be fair, it wasn't a bad idea.
Paul went and dug them out. And then I was sat at work one day on my smoking break having a scroll through the Facebook. And I saw that there's a new Kickstarter coming for like Dungeons and Doggos Round 2. So I messaged Ginge and I said to him, "Oh, you still got them from your first backing?" And he goes, "Yeah, somewhere." And he goes and digs them out. And then you can carry on the story now.
Well, so obviously, once he said that, it's like the underdog theme, Mark of Genius, had to be done. And then I'm one of these people, I lose my motivation to paint things unless I've got a reason to paint them. So I knew what was going to happen. I was going to paint the two for the competition and put the rest back in a Chinese food container and lose sight of them for another 2 years.
What, like your Chiha tank?
Yeah. And then...
Or less said about that, the better.
And then...
Oh,
I just had a thought... I just had a thought that, do you know what? What about a Frostgrave warband that's all dogs? There's
Who
13 of them. So
who had that idea? Because
I had the idea, I think, but I will give you
oh
credit
yeah,
if I didn't.
but
So that's the
are
plan.
we totally spoiling it and
No,
revealing all?
no,
Or
we're not gonna spoil we're not gonna spoil the ultimate twist until we work out what we're gonna do for that. Because I mean we've got an idea, but this is gonna be, so we've got picture it. You've got a Frostgrave warband. Everybody's a dog. So you've got your wizard here. Can I get these to focus? So there's your wizard.
I've just got to take my headset off a minute because I need to get some washes.
And then we're going to run this little guy as the apprentice. And then we've got a crossbowman here somewhere. So there's a little crossbowman. Yeah. This guy looks like he might be a knight or something big and beefy, whatever, the old St. Bernard. He'll either be a knight or a... What's the other one, David?
Templar.
Templar, well done. Yeah. What do you reckon? Treasure hunter with the old cape? Could that work? Bit fetching there.
Because I've currently got on screen the looks like the St. Bernard. Because don't forget, I'm a bit behind you.
No, this one's the St. Bernard, sir. Oh, unless I see what you mean. You're watching the thing live.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we've got, this is a red setter, I think. I don't quite know what we're going to do with him yet. But let's put it this way. I am sure we can find something in the Frostgrave lists to make them fit. And then the little weenie guys, like the little corgi here, well, these can all be the thugs and thieves, can't they? And the old French bulldog, he looks a bit thiefy. And then we've got the Chihuahua with his knife in his mouth. So yeah, I think that'd be quite cool. I won't say genius, but I'll stick with cool. Tell you what, I've just realised black and tan Dachshunds also have orange paws. Don't they? So yeah, that's a thing.
I'm back.
So probably need to paint these now.
Right. You know the Carnivale that I did?
They're nobles, aren't they?
Yeah, the patricians.
Patricians, that was the word I was fishing for in my old brain. Yes, I do, sir. The cool woman in the ball gown.
Yeah, can you remember the deck tan that I used if I washed that without Grax or Seraphim?
Oh, Christ, I can't remember. It's not like you not to keep a record.
Yeah, well, I've lost my fucking painting book and I don't know
where was the deck tan?
Hang on, I'm going to have to go get the fucking mini.
Because it wasn't on the woman in the ball gown, was it? Am I wrong? Oh, I've just thought he's got black pads on his paws as well, hasn't he? So that means we're going to have to... Actually, can we get away with that?
I'm back.
Get around with that. Leave that black. That'll be fine. That will work.
Right, no, I remember now, because I did deck tan into Ivory for my Infinity, which I don't know if that's coming out particularly well on camera. But
let's have a look.
I'm just holding it up roughly in front of my face.
No, it's too bit small, mate.
Well, I would go closer, but I don't want to blind the camera.
Okay.
Because again, I'll have to move it and then fuck around replacing it. I need to get a webcam this week.
Yeah.
Ready for next week, because then I don't have to fuck around, do I? And then we can just switch between the videos.
Because even if we set up an alternative scene, like you said, with your individual cam full front and center, I think the image is still going to be very small for the viewers at home.
Yeah.
So probably you getting some sort of potato camera.
Well, the other thing I was thinking as well is I might get one of them boom arms for the
Yeah, that you
phone,
shared with me.
because then I can have it over the top in front of me.
Yep.
But no, the Yu Jing, I did deck tan with black, and they can go and live in my window for now. Actually, fuck it. Well, I'm going to need your help. I'll need your help in a minute.
That doesn't sound like good. If you ever need my help, you've got to be in bad trouble.
No, because we're going to. My phone's temperature is too high. We'll continue charging after. Well, wonderful.
Well, it didn't do bad. It nearly made it to the end of the stream.
It is still going. It is still going. I'm at 44%, but
it's only got 20 minutes to go. If it bursts into flames, just run from the room.
It is quite warm. So we have the patricians that I did.
Yeah.
So we've got the nice girl.
Actually, where do you showcase your minis? Have you got an Instagram?
Yes, I have got an Instagram, but it's private. I need to set one up.
I forgot to speak. Okay. Well, what we should do for anybody who's interested is we should do that, and then you can put a little gallery up for people to see. But they are pretty banging minis.
Focus.
It has to be
there
said.
We go. They are gorgeous.
The lady in the dress is my favourite. It's just a
what?
You
not the gingham, not the gingham lady.
Oh, you can't zoom that in close enough to show, but yeah,
hang on,
that is a cool touch.
There you go. That's better.
That's commitment. Gingham on the tea towel hanging from the waistband. That's painting above and beyond. That is.
Here's honestly one of my favourites.
Really?
And
I tell you what, the capes worked well.
That cape, that brown leather
I tell you
cape.
what, the lining as well. Good colour choice. Yeah, it works really well.
Yeah, I think they were deck tan, Agrax, and then Ivory.
Yeah.
And then while I'm at it, and while I'm showcasing stuff on stream, we'll go with Infinity Miniatures.
You go, boy. You go. Did you get all of your Yu Jing done in the end?
No, I haven't.
All 350 points?
No, not yet.
Where are you at?
I've done... Oh, focus. There we go. I've done 4. I've got 3 left to do out of the starter, plus the 2 robots, plus the 3 out of the expansion.
Should we go and look and just check in the chat and see if...
No, it's quiet. A minute.
Polar Arrow?
We did have a new one. I did shout him out, but I don't know if he's still here or not.
Pardon me, I'm rude and old. Too busy in my own little painting world.
Did you ever get to see the sword on this? How it actually turned out, dude?
Probably only in the photos you threw up in Facebook or Messenger. So what was that? Washes over white?
Airbrush. Airbrush magenta.
So what did you do? Have you done a highlight on the leading edge?
No,
it's difficult to see.
It's just a fade from like solid through to over black. Because what I basically did was black the sword up.
Yep.
Mask it with a glove, and then zenithalled white from the top down. Because again, the backside of the sword isn't quite as dark, or isn't quite as light.
Yeah.
And then just built up the pink in coats.
It probably looks better with the white background and a bit closer up. It's losing a little bit in distance and lighting, but cool.
Yeah. Better. If it focuses.
Yeah, it is actually. You can see the difference now. The bottom third. Yeah, you can see the greyness in it.
Sorry for people making motion sickness. I will sort my life out next week.
He says.
Right. Well,
we're now on to the second.
Have you got my pretty face sorted and in shot?
Oh, yes, sir. That's better. Lean forward to your painting position. Let's just see how bad it is. Oh, that's better. Yeah, that is better. I suppose the first thing we better do is look, because what does a
side
blue
note,
heel look like?
all the Infinity Mini bases were 3D printed. Shock horror.
Yeah, well, you're a 3D printer, aren't you? So your obsession.
I wouldn't say obsession.
Wouldn't you?
Right. No, it's been inactive for about a month.
Yeah, to be fair, you've been pretty good with the old paintbrush, and you can't do both, can you?
No, well, not easily.
So, blue heel, dog, image. What do these things look like? Okay. Oh!
Is it something spicy?
Right, they're actually called blue heelers by the looks of it. Australian cattle dogs.
I literally said Australian.
Oh, you did, boy. Australia, we love you. Yeah, that's got to be what it is. That's got to be what it is. Okay. Right, okay. So essentially, they're a really unusual silvery grey, but they're quite varied. They've got black patches or not black patches.
I was going to say, you know what I'm going to suggest if they're like a blue-grey? And it'll be Citadel colours!
So you can keep your suggestions to yourself. I think, wow, these are quite complex.
Ow. Oh. That might need some thinning. Now, where did my palette go? Or just say, fuck it. Let's see how badly this goes. Shall we? Oh, actually, it's not gone terribly. So, we'll take that. It's like an Alsatian that someone has dry brushed white over the top. Is Jerry's input to the comment? I mean, yeah, I can see that, Jerry.
Yeah, he's not wrong. To be fair.
I mean, to be fair, could be worse.
The only thing I would say is, and very old Alsatian that somebody's dry brush white, because he's pretty grey underneath. Bless him.
Well, I was going to say the other thing you could always do, like my did I ever send you that picture of the ex's dog after it had ate lipstick?
Yes.
Just bright pink.
Huh?
Got a husky, bless her, and yeah, let's just say the husky wasn't husky coloured afterwards.
So I guess. Oh man, these dogs. Right, okay. That's a cop.
I need a brush that's actually got a decent tip to it to apply washes, because that is like painting with a spade.
I've never tried it, but I'll take your word for it.
I don't fucking recommend it. Size 1's too small. Size 2 or size 4 proline. Size 2.
Okay.
To be fair, that's the other brush I do right. Is a good old proline. Good proline synthetic.
I got some not half bad ones off Amazon recently. I'll have to let you know what they are.
Well, the thing is, these prolines have a nice sort of sable-esque snap to them, which is kind of nice, because again, up until this year, didn't own a sable brush. And have bought a sable brush, and I'm gonna just say, yeah, that's a thing that I will recommend. Once you treat your brushes right, definitely worth buying.
It's worth having one, isn't it? It's just for the detail.
At least one, if not Well, again, that's the thing. I'm using it as it's my daily driver brush. I'm using it for detail work. I'm using it for doing virtually everything with. Do you know what I mean?
To be fair, as long as you look after it, it's not a false economy in that case. It's because it's good to get the value out of something good to get the use out of something that you spend a lot of money on.
Yeah.
He says words are hard.
English.
I can't tell what's going on this miniature.
Oh, Paul, I'm putting some wash on you.
Let's see if this box gives me... What is that texture supposed to be?
Are you struggling with your old eyes to...
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's a soft PVC mould.
Oh, yeah, because it's from Steamforged, isn't it?
No, it's from an independent company, I think. I don't
Is
think
it? I thought Dungeons
Oh no,
and Dragons was...
SFG. Yeah, you're right.
Oh! Sorry, what was that? What was that?
As I say, I don't know what that texture is. Oh, it's chainmail.
Well, that makes your painting fucking silver a lot easier, doesn't it?
Right. To be fair, this dog is a bit of a cop-out because it's got it's going to be impossible to show anybody on camera, but he's got banded legs with like hooped armour. So I'm not going to have to paint, because these things have black and tan sort of markings up the legs, but I'm not going to have to paint any of that because he's got like metal stockings on, which is going to make that dead easy.
I mean, that sounds uncomfortable as fuck, but...
Yeah, not a choice I would make, but, you know, I'm not an adventurer.
I'll tell you what they did miss a trick doing. They should have done a... What's that Japanese dog? Is it the Shiba? You know, the big fluff. Yeah, they should have done one of them as a monk or as a ninja.
Yeah, you're probably right, actually. Or a samurai or something.
Yeah. Because that would have been pretty baller.
Right. So, essentially, all the fur that's exposed is going to be grey, except for the throat, which is like a tan colour. And then we just need to paint an eye patch over one eye just for variation. Just for random, which seems good to me. I tell you what, boy, it's gone quick tonight. We've got less than 10 minutes left.
I know. We've, to be fair, we've touched bases. We've gone over the topics that we said we'd go over.
I hope you guys who are watching with us have managed to get some constructive painting done, or hobby work done, whatever you've been doing tonight.
What the fuck is up with this wash?
Poor workman blames his tools.
Is that why I blame you so much?
No, that's because you're a fucking coward and can't admit your own failings.
Fucking hell, that went that quick. Fuck me.
Score!
Fuck. Jeez.
Kudos to anybody who can say which computer game that comes from.
We're not all old.
You're right. I don't. I'm not expecting miracles. Score! So
it's kind of bad.
What did you at your... We've done all this prattling about one-page rules and stuff. We haven't talked about what you did on Monday night at club.
Oh, so what I did on Monday... Yeah. Now it's bloody show and tell time, isn't it?
Last few minutes, I did try and run you out of time because I get sick of your bragging, but unfortunately, we've just got it in.
Now, come on, I didn't play anything.
Okay.
I started building.
So you were on the hobby train, were you?
I started building some Dead Zone, so bear with me.
Ooh! I am excited. I'm jealous.
I nearly died.
What nearly died? You nearly died, or your phone nearly died?
I nearly died.
Oh,
I,
that's
I
okay.
nearly launched. I nearly launched Dead Zone into my chest.
You know what my dad used to say? Nearly never happened.
That's why Dad said it to you. There we
He
go.
wasn't
Dead
wrong
Zone.
though.
So we've got 2-player start set for club as part of the bundle deal from Mantic for getting back into the hobby after COVID.
Which was a killer deal.
Oh, insane deal for anyone who's running a club or wants to get some demo games or that kind of thing in. So for 150 instead of 300, so long as you register with the Mantic Club, which we now are.
I don't know if it's still on, is it? Was it?
I don't honestly know if it is, but if it is on,
Do it.
jump on it. If you've got a club.
Was it? It was Armada, Overdrive, Kings of War.
150 instead of 300. You get 2-player start set for Dead Zone, 2-player start set for Kings of War, which is the Goblins versus Rats set, and then you get Overdrive and Armada, and you get the Armada start set and Overdrive boxed game. So you get a lot of stuff for your money.
Yeah, insane.
I can show and tell some of the Overdrive minis in a minute as well. Actually, so I started building this. They're not bad, but my God, was sticking the rats together a pain. They just, again, it's that Mantic thing of multiple the legs are separate to the body, which is separate to the arms. Obviously, it gives you choice to stick the weapons and stuff on, but the rats just had a nasty tendency to fall over, and the tails are separate as well. And the tails
a little excessive.
The tails want to go into a little keyhole in the butt of the rat, and
just in case you don't want a tail on one.
But then you're left with the bloody hole that you meant to put the tail in.
I was being facetious.
It's either or kind of thing. But yeah, started building this. The other really good thing that we've noticed about the terrain pool, if I build it up a certain way,
for Dead Zone you're talking now, yeah?
Yeah, the Dead Zone terrain. If I build it up a certain way, we can actually have it modular so that you can change the table around.
And change how it always used to be that way. I wasn't aware that it was different.
Yeah, but as in they're flat panels with the corner pegs that push into one another.
Oh, okay.
So rather than gluing the corner pegs in, I'm on about leaving them open. So A, it's a bit more flat packed to fit in the box anyway.
Yeah.
And B, you can then build your table up how you want.
To be fair, that was always intentional design, but with the first iteration, first edition, and also second edition to some degree, the clip system that they used, they were so fragile. Good luck taking your life in your own hands and not gluing them together, because the clips used to break, the teeth would break off, and you'd very quickly end up deciding, no, let's just clip these things together.
And then we're going to do the final show and tell, because we're down to the last 3 minutes. Overdrive minis.
You're going to have to get some photos online for people, because your camera's hardly fit for purpose for this.
Well, no, it is fit for purpose if I move it. Yeah. So it swings and roundabouts, asshole.
Fair. Well, except for the asshole bit.
Well,
that's not fair.
Here we go. So we've got the setup. We have a very nice shark on his base. So he's looking pretty baller.
I do like the shark. Nice mini.
Spider's one of my favourites.
Yeah, it's good. Don't get me wrong, but I think the shark takes it. I'm trying to remember. The other one that I love is the.
Yeah, I'll get to him in a minute. He's going to be the final showstopper. So shush.
Spoilers! Spoilers!
Spoiler alert! Then we have the spawn. So the spawns are unfortunately a little bit purpley.
Don't tell him, Pike.
But if that will fucking focus and be nice, thank you. There we go. So that's that. And then the final one, Paul's favourite, everyone I've shown's favourite so far.
Killer miniature.
He's pretty baller. So Overdrive itself is like a... How do they describe it? It's like an arena deathmatch style game, isn't it?
That's the word. Arena sort of deathmatch style game.
And you draft your miniatures to begin with.
What's that, Jerry? Alpha Simeon is on his way back. That's a lovely monkey.
Yeah, I couldn't make head nor tail of that. I couldn't make head nor tail of that.
That's it.
How's
We've been
my
defeated. Level 10, Jerry enters the room.
God, not the Jerry. So I wouldn't really say...
She's pretty baller. Males are small. Jerry's not right all the time, only when he talks in rhyme.
So Overdrive, I would say, it's definitely not 28 or even 30. I'd say it's more 40, 45. They're an odd size. Because obviously they're standalone for that game. But again, you get 6 minis in the box, you get the boards, you get the dice. It seems like a good enough set of rules, and the lads at club seem happy. So,
to be fair, I think for the computer gaming crowd,
with
the youngsters.
To be fair, Jerry, they're, like you say, they are large Dead Zone models. The only thing with them is they're not Dead Zone linked. I think it's like unlike Aristea and Infinity, where they're obviously linked and intertwined. I think Overdrive and Dead Zone itself are 2 separate IPs from Mantic, but
I don't know. To be fair, can't comment.
So they're... Sorry, Dreadball. It's a spin-off. Yeah, it's kind of a spin-off, but from my understanding, at least from the quick skim of the rules I've had, there's no like football or anything to do. It is just beating the shit out of one another and scoring the flags.
To be fair, Dreadball was another game that I always wanted to get into, but ran out of hobby time.
Think are they, Gary? I haven't seen that.
What's that?
Dead Zone and Overdrive apparently linked.
Yeah, I must confess, I thought I'd heard similar, but as I say, I am not an expert by any stretch, so I shall defer to Jerry's expert opinion. And I know that over on Tabletop they did cover it a fair bit, so they probably do know what they're talking about, boy.
But the models from Dreadball, I've got a lot of the big figures and some that aren't yet released. Yeah, to be fair, I've seen some of the upcoming releases that are coming for Overdrive, and they look pretty fucking good.
Have you played the game, Jerry? I guess you probably played it as part of the studio team, didn't you? Ask a stupid question.
All the sci-fi within Mantic's in the same universe. Fair. I'm just so used to stuff being individual. I mean, the other thing out of the starter set that I'm hyped for is Armada. The minis are beautiful. The game system seems amazing. So all in all, I'm looking forward to playing some Armada when I eventually get some paint on it. Which, to be fair, will be the next job after this painting comp's done.
He's not had a plans to change, just sitting there staring at me. Tell me about it, mate. I still haven't popped the cherry on all my Carnivale Escape from San Canciano, which I'm absolutely dying to do.
Yeah, Armada's a lot of fun, Jerry's saying. So that's all of my money gone, isn't it?
I think I'm right in saying Jerry played Black Seas, which is the historical, shall we say, progenitor for Armada.
Yeah, because you were on about that when I was raving about Armada, and then you suddenly went, actually, I don't want to rig stuff myself.
Look, plastic warlord ships.
Oh God! Don't tempt me with the warlord stuff. Bloody Paul here has been playing some bolt action with me online on Tabletop Sim because we're at other ends of the country. If there was lads at club that played historicals and would play bolt action, I would buy it in a heartbeat. I just love it. Love the game, love how it runs, everything else.
I must confess, I'm looking forward to adding my Chiha to my project. Just want to get it finished and then do the brain carrier.
Yeah, and you got the terrain vehicles.
The only thing I've got left to do is that £25 you printed me. And I still need to dig out the old Brit sprues and put some crew together for that.
Yeah.
Another little job on the desk.
Right.
Well, we're at gone 10 o'clock, boy. So I think we need to call it. So thanks everybody who was along for the ride. It's very much appreciated. Obviously YouTube will put the stream up later for anybody to watch if they want to. Bit of shameless self-promotion. I uploaded an unboxing and review video for the Acid House Terrain Kickstarter today on the channel, so check that out. I'm very impressed with the product. There's the headline. You can view the video for the detailed version. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, feed the YouTube beast, as people always say to do. And it's a good night from me and a good night from the boy David.
See you around, Jerry. And as we've probably already said, same time next week, hopefully.
Oh, definitely.
8 till 10 Thursday night.
It's a date.
We've got you now. You can see the progress.
Right, guys, we're calling it. Gotta go.
Have a good one. Cheers, bye.